and gloomy today here in University Park, Pennsylvania, but it's time to turn those frowns upside down because Division I softball is back on Big Ten Plus, and it is a special matchup today. It is the battle of the Keystone State as against this team. Here's the payoff pitch once again. That one misses outside, and it's a free pass for Kylie Griggs.
That one just misses off the outs.
Hands from both sides showing out. 3-2 pitch once again to Brandstrom, who's fighting well. And misses the outside part of the zone. A really good at-bat from Brandstrom. And now runners on first.
For Penn State is this, they always have that high sort of energy. They bring the vibes.
And a pulled back bunt ends up in a double steal for Pitt. So now runners on second and third and nobody out for Tylee Vaughn. Again, the Pitt Panthers, like you mentioned, Josh, earlier.
Situation, but also just the situation that Penn State's pitching staff has been in.
This one's lifted out deep in the left field, going back, and this one's gone! A 3-run shot for Tylee Vaughn, and Pitt takes an early 3-0 lead.
Well, right on cue, Thomas, her first right on cue for the Pitt Panthers. Vaughn's first home run of the season, and then all of a sudden this one, Vaughn got all up, kept carrying and carrying out towards left center field. Maybe a little bit of help with the wind gusts that have been coming, but I think that one had the mustard regardless.
A big 3-run feet.
Well, how does Penn State, specifically Abigail Britton on the mound, respond after the two long-worked walks?
And well, how about that? A big punch out for her first of the day. A start for Pitt here at Beard Field, the 3-1. That one laced out in the left field. That'll be a base hit for Hernandez as the Panthers keep it moving.
Another nice piece of hitting by Pitt, and that's also just because of the patience that the Panthers
are on first pitch ball. And this one's lifted out into center field. Racing in is Nelson. She'll call everyone off and take it herself. That's out number 2 for Penn State.
A big out number 2 as well because of the weak contact and how quick it was in that sort of at bat as well. I mean, 31 pitches
into right field as well. The gusts of wind that you're going to see today. That one outside and gets all the way to the backstop. Hernandez on to second. Now a 2-2 count to Ramirez with a runner in scoring position.
From out in this inning, she's got to find the location.
Here's the 2-2 from Britton. Good off-speed pitch, and running was Hernandez, and she will get to third.
This inning, and they've normally led to lengthy at-bats.
Swing and a miss. She struck him out. Britton gets out of the inning, but not before Tylee Vaughn. A 3-run shot out to deep left center field here in this bottom of the first inning. This one's lined out in the left field. That will get down. There's a leadoff base hit for Penn State. Good piece of hitting there for Natalie Lido, and that brings up a familiar face for home runs, 37 RBI. And lifts that one on the left side. Chasing it is Martinez and makes the grab in foul territory. Lido will retreat back to first. And there's your first out for the Pitt Panthers.
The majority over 300, over 310 even as well.
Excuse me, swing from Brooke Clausewitz, and Martinez hustling again for that one. A couple of pop-up. Offensive juggernaut in Ohio State as Gordon lifts that one into right field. That one hangs up, and Murphy drops it. Rounding third is Lido, heading for home. Ball bobbled, and Lido will score. It's a 3-1 ball game on the error from Murphy.
Sorare was kind of already thinking about going into the dugout. It was just pulled opposite field by Gordon, and just one you gotta have if you're out there in right field and you're Murphy. But like we said, just kind of got a little bit too lax
here in the inning. Runner on second is Gordon. This one's lined out into deep center field, going back, and this one's off the wall. One run's gonna score, and it's an RBI double for Megan Ricks. It's a 3.
It got a little bit of a lucky break on with 2 outs out in right field, but again, I mean, you have to be able to capitalize on those mistakes. Penn State did that. This one nearly got all the way out off the bat of Ricks, but just kind of died right at the warning track and almost sat for a second. Back-to-back doubles. Wind is still a big factor. I think that played part into what happened in right field.
This one lifted on the infield, and Martinez a third pop out to her. But Penn State does get 2 on the board, back-to-back doubles for the Nittany Lions. And it's a 3-2 ball game after 1 frame. Braden, just a sophomore, but has had a terrific year so far.
Yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off there, Thomas. When you look at what Braden does as she goes down on strikes there, but normally she's the only 1 of 2 players on this pit.
At Pitt, Harrisburg, Ohio native, and draws another walk. So back-to-back walks for Griggs, and she's on a board for the 2nd time.
I mean, she's just so...
23 RBI. Mentioned team leading 23 RBI. It's a Pitt team that hangs around with a lot of teams, just haven't found as many wins. That one gets to the backstop. Seidel will chase it, and Griggs will wind up on second.
Doesn't seem like it matters which Nittany Lions in the circle.
Issues with the pitch calling. And now we'll get reset. 1-2, big swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Maddie Volpe in the inning.
If that's what she was aiming for. Kind of hit right on the top of that pole.
This one's a shot out into center. Nelson takes a step back and now comes in and makes the grab for out number 3. So a 0 up on the board for Pitt. And Penn State will head to the bottom half of the inning, look to get the offense going again and try to
have a grand old time. And I think the future of college softball, or the future of softball in general, is pretty bright.
Seidel smokes this one to left field, but Braden is there for the first out. Madison Seidel has been hitting the baseball
be patient like they have been on some of these last couple of at-bats. That's led to some big hits, led to some runs. But also you don't mind working walks like on that one right there.
Free pass for Jenna Nelson, and Penn State has a base runner. Hitters, but this team, the power hitting has been terrific. A bunt laid down now. Pittman will field, and she is not in time as Walters is aboard. Great hustle from her.
Perfectly
over, and Natalie Lito up to the plate. Now she'll lay down a bunt, same side. Pittman can't field it. Rounding and heading her for home is Nelson, sliding in, and we are tied here at Beard Field. The small ball working for Penn State, and Pitt has no answer defensively.
I mean, that was just a complete miscommunication from the Panthers defensively. You have to be able to communicate if you're Pittman and Brandstrom out there. They were, well, you don't necessarily hate the play. I mean, a couple of miscues defensively.
This one skied into center field. Griggs can't make the catch, and that'll be an RBI single for Haley Brunson against her former team.
That's gotta feel good for Brunson, especially this being just her 2nd at bat against her former team. Just pokes this one out towards shallow center field. It sort of died and became an easy RBI opportunity for Brunson, and the hits keep on coming for Penn State, now up to 6 in this contest till next pitch.
Here's the 0-2, and this one launched out to deep left center field. This baby's out of here. A 3-run shot from Brooke Clausewitz. It's a 7-3 Penn State lead.
Well, it didn't take long for her to find that if it was around that same direction, but just an absolute beautiful swing from Clausewitz. It kept carrying and carrying. That one may have hit a couple of cars if the wind had taken pace. The 11th home run of the season for Clausewitz, and Penn State has completely taken over. 7 unanswered runs.
A pitching change to Maddie Gordon. Now bunt laid down by Ricks. Martinez fields, but Ricks is in there safely. Gordon back into second as well, and Penn State continues to move the train.
Looking to do a lot more damage before this one's done.
Here is Barbonente. She'll square to bunt, double steal the throw down to third. Hernandez can't hang on to it. Otherwise, they may have had Gordon dead in the rights.
I think they would have. That was almost a bang in her favor, or worked out in the Nittany Lions' favor, I should say, rather. Now runners on second and third.
Barbonente flies one out, or grounds, excuse me, into center left field, and a run will score for Penn State as the Nittany Lions extend their lead to 5.
Not only that, but they roll the lineup over at the same time, battered all year long for the blue and white.
This one grounded up the middle, hot shot off of Hernandez to Vaughn, and a double play from the second baseman. What an impressive effort from Vaughn, and that is how the inning ends. She is set. That one ripped down the left field line. That'll get all the way to the wall. Murphy turning on the burners and into second with a leadoff double for the Panthers.
It's just what the doctor ordered for Pitt to find a way.
Rowe giving a shout out to the fan base as well. Mentioned how important they are. 1-2, this one grounded to Gordon under her legs, but Walters is there. No play at first. And it'll be runners on first and second. Excuse me, that's Martinez. And lays down a bunt right to Volpe. Volpe can't handle it, and now she does. Fires the first and in time for the first out.
That was a tough one over at first. I think we might see.
And we may see a challenge here. It is a cold one for sure. This one grounded to short. Walters has no play, and Pitt is gonna score. The Panthers get within 4 on the RBI single from Ramirez.
That was a tough one for Walters. Unfortunate for the Lions that it brings in a run, but they did the best they could, and for Tutsa Ramirez just to be able to get enough of that to get it through deep enough into the infield.
And a pinch runner now will head out for Pitt. Lights are on here at Beard Field. This one skied out into deep left field, going back, and this one's gone. Another 3-run blast for the Panthers, and they're within 1.
Esparza got all of that pitch, a hanging off speed that she drilled right over the left field wall. Kind of looks like one of those perfect you see in that MLB The Show video game, and just continue to carry out 15 combined runs. We've only played 2 1/3 full innings. I mean, this one was just given an absolute ride, a no-doubter off of Esparza's bat for 4th home run of the season.
Swinging now is Braden. Quick throw from Walters in time for the second out. All of them have been 3-run home runs. This one grounded to Volpe, and she'll fire it high, and Ricks can't handle it. Griggs on her way to second. In there, now headed for third. Ricks throw to Gordon at third, not in time. A big turn of events for Penn.
For the Nittany Lions, looked like an easy play for Volpe. It's just rushed the throw a little bit, airmailed it, and then continuing to go the entire way was Griggs. Not just a second, went all the way to third, beat out that throw by a hair, got that right hand in there. Now you really got to settle down if you're Volpe.
Brandstrom 0 for 1 today, a walk and a strikeout. Looking to drive in the game's tying run. That one inside, it gets to the backstop. Here comes Griggs, and we are tied here at Beard Field.
Well, they got A out, just weren't able.
And here's a big shot into right field. It's back and it's gone. Pitt takes the lead off the bat of Brandstrom.
What have we witnessed in this inning, Thomas? The errors, the home runs, the wild pitch, and then a home run. I said, you know, it's a miracle for Pitt to mirror what Penn State did in the bottom of the second, but they did that, and with confidence at the same time, and they have an opportunity to build off of this, bat all the way around to the third. It is they're getting to her a little bit. She's very frustrated with herself after the wild pitch that tied that game, which led directly to the following pitch being a home run.
And a big swing and a miss and a big strikeout to end the inning for Maddie Volpe, but a 6th spot. The second, Pitt responds with 6 of their own as this one lifted on the right side. Murphy ranges in and makes the grab for out number 1.
I was almost kidding earlier when I said, are we going to see more?
I mean, it is bizarre.
It's been a very tumultuous softball game.
This one grounds through the right side, and Walters is aboard. In the last inning, years ago, finished 1-0. Obviously, different teams from those from 2 years ago, but here's the payoff pitch. That one high and away, and runners will move base to base.
Almost normally unheard of.
Brunson grounds this up the middle. Fielding it is Vaughn to Hernandez to get the out at second. No fielder's choice for Haley Brunson. And it looks like it's Becca Duck warming up for Pitt in their bullpen. The freshman, I think you gotta make her chase. Clausewitz, a lot of plate discipline. Here's the payoff pitch. That one grounded to short. Hernandez fires over to first. And that is how the inning will end. A Penn State bagel on the scoreboard as Pitt looking to extend their count. Murphy led things off in the last inning. They batted all the way around. Now grounds to Gordon. Gordon fields, fires to Ricks in time for out number one. A 1-2 count to Hernandez now from Hernandez. Check swing, they'll check down to first, and she went around. It's a strikeout, says Bill Gattuso, the first base umpire today.
Half the lineup has been doing a lot of damage. Obviously, Esparza had that home run, but Ramirez had the single to really get things going back in that third inning.
And a walk issued now, and like you just said, Josh, you don't. Hernandez will deliver. That one lined into short of the infield. Walters dives, but can't make the grab. That'll be an infield single for Frazier. Penn State looking to win another non-conference game. That one grounded to Hernandez. Quick glove and fires to Ricks for the third out. Pitt able to get some traffic on the base pass, but can't get anything on the board as we head to the bottom of the.
Kind of shows the kind of culture that.
That one smoked into left field. That'll be a base hit for Maddie Gordon right on cue.
Just to finish up that thought, it speaks to the culture that Crow.
A Frozen 4 appearance for the first time in program history. This one grounded to second. Vaughn mishandles, and Ricks is aboard. Runners on first and second. No outs for Penn State.
Yeah, it's been a ugly game defensively for both of these teams, just not as smooth as they would like maybe.
And Ricks both with 9 stolen bases this year. Bunt laid down, and Bronstrom will have to throw to first for the first out. Runners now on second and third. The 3-2 once again, and that one's roped into right field, but getting it is Murphy. Throw home. Great stop by Esparza. Runners will have to retreat. And a picture-perfect play from right fielder.
Does she stick with the off-speed?
Off-speed pitch been working for Brown here today. Here's the payoff again. And that one line to the shortstop Hernandez, who squeezes it and robs Nelson of an RBI as Penn State threatens, but
scoreless half innings. And the fifth inning is normally where you see a lot of action.
Grounder to Ricks, she can't handle it, and it gets into right field. And aboard is Braden.
Just gonna finish up to get a big run when it feels like both offenses have seemingly cooled down.
That one popped up right behind the plate. Seidel with the mask off makes the grab for the first out. 471 with 4 home runs, 6 doubles, and 7 RBIs. Braden gets to second with a stolen base. You thought that was maybe almost inevitable. At some point, she was going to get a base, an extra
for the Pitt Panthers.
Brandstrom gets a hold of that one. Brenson ranging back will make the grab. Braden will tag. And the second out recorded as the runner advances to third.
I think that might have been one where the wind did not play into the.
Some precipitation potentially coming That one shot towards the right side off the glove of Ricks. Barbanente's there and throws. Nobody covering first base. Now heading for second is Vaughn, and up and in time. And Pitt extends their lead to 2, 10-8 now your score.
Nice job pushing that one to the opposite side for Vaughn. It just kept going to hit off the glove, sort of died, and then I'm not sure what happened with Ricks there. Just kind of forgot to cover the baggers. Wasn't expecting a throw from Barbanente. Runner would have scored either way, and that we've had, but they have really cooled off in these last couple of innings.
It'll be a single for Vaughn, an RBI single at that. Then advancing to second on a throwing error charge to Michaela Barbanente. As we mentioned, some precipitation in the area. Potentially some rain as this one comes to a close. This one lifted out to right field, going back, and this one's gone! Cameron Murphy! Another home run for the Panthers, and it's a 12-8 lead.
Again, Pitt, just when it rains, it pours. And we said it earlier, it continues to happen. They capitalize off 4 for Pitt, and they've broken this game right back up again. We've seen a combined 20 runs now in this one, partner.
Well, Josh, this has been an impressive display for the Pitt Panthers, a home run derby, if you will, as now it brings up Anna Hernandez. Wow. A home run from the 2, 3, and 4 hitters now.
Good news for them is that they have just continued to dominate offensively. Another base runner. All of this in this inning has come with 2 outs. They're going to find the strike zone.
And for Spalding, trying to get Penn State out of this inning, but issues a first walk to Martinez. And that'll bring
away from Beard Field. You'd like to have.
This one's a towering shot to deep left field. At the track is Lito. That's off the scoreboard. Another home run for Pitt. And it's a 14-8 lead.
5.
Check that, make it 50.
In terms of pitching for the Nittany Lions, but we knew the Pitt Panthers had power. I don't think we expected them to have this much power coming in. They have been lights out. And that one feels like the exclamation point on a fantastic night continues to go in Pitt.
February, their first game of the year. And that one hits Esparza. She'll be aboard. And Pitt has batted around.
For the second time, and you've also seen them struggle on the other end too after having a great year as another walk issue. This is now for Pitt. The 8th, or correction, the 8th consecutive.
Looking to challenge that. Here's the 1-1. That one gets to the backstop. Runners will advance. And now it's second and third for Pitt.
Has had her struggles so far this season.
Here's Spalding with a payoff pitch. That one inside, and another free pass for the Panthers. Bases are juiced for Caitlin Brandstrom of the game for Pitt here in this inning. Brandstrom, big swing and a miss. Britton struck her out. Penn State gets out of the jam, but Pitt puts on 6 more as we head to the bottom. That one skied on the right side, foul territory. Brandstrom has it and makes the grab for out number 1.
Big first out, just continue what Brown ended up doing, going nearly 3 innings of.
Ramirez is back in to catch. Ramirez is in to catch. And a big strikeout there from Duck. Down goes Lito swinging.
So it's kind of a worst of both scenarios for the Nittany Lions today.
Brunson pops up. Hernandez ranges back, and it's into the glove of Braden off the deflection. Either way, another odd play, but a third out 1, 2, 3 go the Nittany Lions, and through 5 innings, Pitt this odd.
It's been odd. It's been messy.
It's been a lot of exciting action.
Oh, 100. I mean, without a doubt. It's also been very confusing. 5 Panthers. You know, like the $5 football song for back in the day?
I do.
Sorry, we've been talking a lot about food up here in between breaks, too.
The bunt laid down. Gordon fields and throws to Barbonente. Throw behind the runner, not in time at second. But an out.
Worked out perfectly for both sides. A clean play.
Runner heads to third and will be in safely. And that is Vaughn advancing to third on the wild pitch. Walked in the 5th. Grounds this one to Walters, ranging back, long throw. Gets it in time, but the run will score. It's an RBI ground out for Hernandez. And Pitt leads by 8.
Well, now Penn State, like we talked about, has to find a way to score in the bottom half of this inning to keep this game alive. And it's the only play available for Walters that started today, too. Lots to talk about. Lots of sports.
And a big swing and a miss. She struck her out. Penn State trailing by 8. They need 1 to keep it alive as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning here. Last 2. Last 3 frames are all donuts on the board for the Nittany Lions. Off-speed pitch misses the zone. Free pass for Brooke Clausewitz.
Penn State.
Clausewitz on first. Here's the 3-2 swing and a miss, a strikeout for Duck. And down goes Gordon.
That's a huge strikeout.
It's on. Now he does have some
got
leggings
compression
underneath.
shorts underneath.
The 2-2 and a swing and a miss, another strikeout for Duck. Penn State down to their final out. It's caught on. You'll see as Coleman draws a walk. Honestly, she may dab right now. No dab quite yet. Still gusting and picking up at times. The 3-2, that one lined out into right center field. Ranging over is Murphy and makes the grab. And the Pitt Panthers are victorious here at Beard Field. 16-8 your final. Pitt improves to 15-26. Penn State drops to 20-21. And Josh, what a performance offensively for this Pitt squad.
It truly was. 5 home runs, 3 of them 3-run bombs, and just a game that was felt back and forth until all of a sudden you go into really the middle frames in this one. It was the arm of Kendall Brown that really did the damage for